started out as 2 people, then 3 people, then 4, and now we're up to 22 or 21, whatever that number is now. So it's been their fun ride. Lon's been here the longest, being here 4 years, almost 5 or 4? 4-ish. 4-ish, yeah. So, but with all that, our plan, our expectation is to keep growing the company. So what would be awesome is in another 5 to 10 years, we sit around and there's new people there and we're telling them the story about, man, we were all crammed in at Leadership Square and Carla was about to pull her hair out being in the conference room and having to share it with 4 people and all that stuff. And we hope that, we're all sitting around and joking about it at that point now, right? So it'll be a fun story, down the road. So, all right. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was calendars on Outlook and everything. So I sent this out to everybody a while back. We've got a lot of new people here, and also those that I've sent it to. Not everybody's fully utilizing it. So one of the things is that both Dima, Frey, and myself, we're all busy. We've got a lot of things going on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of times people are saying, well, I can't get a hold of you, or I don't have time to get you, or whatever else. So this PowerPoint presentation, and so I emailed it just before we came here to Marwa, Anshul, Brad, Angela, and Donna. I think I emailed it and Elliot. And so this is one of those things it's a tool within the calendar that you can see. So if you need to know, hey, are we available right now? This is one way that you can trick it, and I'm going to show you how to quote unquote trick it so you can see it. But at the same time, if you're scheduling a meeting, this is the tool to be able to schedule the meeting so you just don't send it out and then everybody rejects it because I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. This allows you, especially as long as we're all in the office, you're able to view it, everybody's calendar, to find out when everybody's available based upon that. So with that said, you need to make sure you keep your calendar up to date, right? And so if you've got a doctor's appointment, make sure you put that in there, right? If you're having a meeting with somebody else, whether it's you're going to the site to go meet with Anderson or whatever, or if you've got a meeting with a potential client down the street or whatever, make sure you keep your calendar up to date so that everybody else can see that it's up to date. That's one of these things when you start talking about we get busier, we get faster, we got more stuff going on, we need to be able to move more efficiently, right? Having meetings, scheduling meetings is one of those ways that if you can do it in one attempt and it doesn't take 4 phone calls and, well, what about you, oh, this work, whatever, this tool allows you to circumvent that and to be able to do it on your first attempt, okay? That makes things more efficient, makes things more productive, okay? So, how to view others' calendars, helpful in setting up a meeting or just needing to see someone's availability. All right, step number 1, assuming everybody knows how to get into calendar, step number 1 is click on calendar in Outlook, and then step number 2 is you need a new appointment. So click on new appointment up there. Step number 3, you have the button right there where it says invite attendees. Click on the invite attendees button, and it will bring up another line that allows you to type in people's names, okay? Now, you have, as with most Microsoft projects, Microsoft applications, there's more than one way to do everything, okay? So, one way you can do it is you just start typing people's names in there, okay? The other way you can do it is click on the to button, and it brings up your whole Outlook contacts list, and you can then select people that way, okay? But however you need to invite them, you can do it. Again, there's more than one way. So you can type in their name in there, or you can hit the to button and go to your contact list and do that. So if you really are scheduling a meeting with these people, put their names in there, and then what's the subject? This one here I put in meeting with Josh, Dima, and Frey. Location, Josh's office. I've worked at places where there were literally 50 conference rooms, right? Every conference room had a name. So the location, you had to go into, just like the Outlook calendar or Outlook contact list, go find that location and put it in there. Because then what it did is it sent an email to the secretary that was over that conference room, and she approved the calendar for that conference room, okay? But it did the same thing. I could go through here and I could see, is that conference room available? So sometimes I would go in there and I'd put in 4 conference rooms so I could figure out which conference room was available, right? So I'd invite the 10 people that I needed, I'd go pick out 4 conference rooms, and I'd figure out which one fit my schedule the best, I delete the other 3 off and leave the one in there that I just needed for that one. We're not scheduling conference rooms right now. We don't need that. We don't have that much space right now. But understand that that's part of the tool of the ability that you're able to do with all of this. Also with meetings, my preference is that you put an agenda on it. Why are we meeting, right? I'd like to see it more than just, let's talk about the project. I'll put stuff in there specifically. I need to talk about change order on this. We're having an issue around cost, whatever it is, right? Put a little bit of an agenda in there on what you're wanting to talk about so that everybody, when they look at it, it's not just, hey, they're just asking me to meeting, but you're telling them, you're giving everybody why you're having a meeting. What's the agenda of the meeting? They got a chance to get prepared. They got a chance to do some background stuff. It's a great way. You can sit there and put in there, hey, Juan, I need you to bring the cost for this, and Jasmine, I need you to bring contact names for that. And you can give everybody tasks right there so that when you come to the meeting, it can be a very productive meeting. If you're having a meeting to tell everybody what you need them to do, and then you got to have another meeting later, that's not being productive, it's not being efficient, you're wasting people's time, right? So you can go into your agenda and you can give people tasks right there within your email. Say, please bring this, have this ready, let's discuss this. So then everybody can have it ready. Then you can come together for a meeting and you can have an effective, productive meeting, right? So you're not wasting people's time. Fill in the subject, location, and agenda. All that fun stuff, right? Step number 5. Step number 6, here's the secret. There's that button up there. It says Scheduling Assistant. You need to click on that button right there. So we're going to go back one thing here. If you notice, there it is. It's there. It's not hidden. It's there all along. Scheduling Assistant. So but it doesn't do you any good to click on the Scheduling Assistant if you don't have people's names in there, right? So you got to put people's names in there first, and they have to recognize them. So right now, we don't have the calendar for, say, Tony Blatt over at Blatt Architects, right? So when you go to this next step, you can put his name in there, but you're not going to see his calendar. Right now, I can now see Josh Travis's calendar, Sheila's calendar, Dima's calendar, Frey's calendar. It doesn't tell you where they're going, okay, unless they give you permission to see their calendar, okay? So for instance, I know that Jasmine has permission to see Dima's calendar so that she can know what the meetings are and she's able to help schedule her meetings and stuff. But in general, most people don't allow other people to see their calendars, okay? So you're not going to see what meeting they're in or where they're going, but you can see if they're busy or not. You can see if they're in the office or not, okay? That's what this is doing. So I can look at, we wanted to have a meeting on Monday morning, and that Monday morning it didn't work, right? And so now you can see all of these times and what's available. Well, from noon till 2 was wide open on that Monday. So that allowed me to then pick 1 o'clock to set our meeting time. I didn't know when I wanted a meeting. I know I wanted a meeting Monday morning. Monday morning didn't work. Almost all of Tuesday didn't work except from 9 to 10, but I could get it in between noon and 2 on Monday. So that's how I picked the time. Does everybody see that? So you can see, everybody's got a meeting at those times where all that stuff is covered up. Does that make sense?
I think you can also look in the bottom right-hand corner, and I think it gives you suggested times.
Yep, suggested times. So part of it is how much time do you need to do what you're going to talk about? You need 5 minutes or you need 2 hours, right? And so that suggested times down there is also places that you can do that. Does that make sense? Okay, now let's look at it from the other perspective. Hey, I need to talk to Josh. When is he available? Well, you do go through this same process like you're creating a meeting with me. You get my name in there, and then you click on the Scheduling Assistant. And then when you click on the Scheduling Assistant, you're then going to see all of my stuff and where I'm available so that you can get with me. Does that make sense? And if you're needing to get with me to talk to me about something, great. Look at it on there. Send me a meeting invite. Now, if you're sending me a meeting invite for 10 or 15 minutes from now, I might not see it that fast. Okay? But if you're trying to get me something that day and you're wanting to sit down and talk with me, that's the way to do it. If you want to sit down and talk with Frey, that's the way to do it. Same with Dima. Okay? So part of what we're trying to do here is make it quicker and more efficient for everybody, but at the same time, my schedule's busy. I got a lot of people to talk to, got a lot of stuff going on. I get it. I understand. Right? Go to my calendar, set an appointment with me, and you can do it that way. Right? You can also see when I'm busy and when I'm not busy. All right? And it's the same thing with Dima and the same thing with Frey. Okay? So this is how you can take these steps, and it's going to make it a more quick and efficient for you to figure out when are we available, more quick and efficient when you're setting up meetings, all of that type of stuff. Any questions on that? Okay, so I've emailed it to everybody. If I didn't, let me know. If you need me to resend it to you, I'll resend it to you. And I need to double check to see if I sent it to you. I can't remember. Hold on. I missed it. Okay. So, we'll see. What was the other thing with that? Any other comments or thoughts on that? Demon Frank? Okay. Yes, Josh?
Carla, Neil, and Donna and I had a conference call
Okay. Okay. Great. Thanks for remembering. Okay, so, dang it. Totally lost it.
I'm sorry.
All right, if I think about it. Okay, Casey, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the new folks, each month we take a few minutes and cover a little bit of Procore activities and stuff. So right now this is about Procore. As we move forward, I think several of y'all have heard me talk about, you know, we Dima Frey and I, have been going to a business coach. And so the business coach, we've been working on several different things. So over the next month, every month you're going to hear more and more coming out from that business coach. Things that we'll be covering. We've kind of revamped the company values a little bit, right? It's a lot of the same, but then we've tweaked them, we've added some